Hi, I'm Dr. Akiba Green. Lake Norman Health and Wellness is proud to be the most complete neurometabolic office in the Charlotte region. Most of my patients present to my office with chronic health problems, and diet is usually a major part of the healing process. Now, many of our patients have inflammation, specifically autoimmune diseases. Most of our patients are on or have been on a restrictive diet similar to Repairvite, Paleo, Simple Carbohydrate, or the GAPS diet protocol as part of their treatment. It's a very restrictive diet in which the common goal is to heal the gut in order to get other functions better in the body. During this process, and as most treatments for patients, restrictive diets are followed. Now, oftentimes that includes patients being on a grain-free diet. Many patients find almonds, almond flour, and almond butter to be beneficial during restrictive diets. Even those patients on a paleo lifestyle can enjoy almonds. Now, we want to caution you though to use almond flour sparingly. Why do you ask? Well, we've got a couple key reasons. Number one, almond flour skews the perception about the quantity, and too much can be consumed at once. A cup of almond flour contains about 90 almonds. If you think about that, you have a handful of almonds you're eating as a snack, 10, maybe 12, maybe 8, and you feel pretty good with that. At a certain point, your body's going to say, I've had enough. Well, a cup of almond flour has 90 almonds, and that's calculated by dividing 640 calories in a cup of almond flour by 7 calories in an almond. Almond flour disguises the consumption of these nuts. So what happens is you're eating all this almond flour and you don't realize how much you're getting, and you don't fill up because of it. Almond flour is very high in inflammatory PUFAs. About 20% of the fat in almonds is polyunsaturated fatty acids, or omega-6 or PUFAs. Unfortunately, our modern diets tend to overburden our bodies with polyunsaturated fats, which leads to numerous health issues. And there's a few reasons why it's important to not go overboard with your polyunsaturated fats or PUFA consumption. Number one, PUFAs suppress mitochondrial energy production. In non-chemistry language, they slow down metabolism. They encourage an inflammatory response in the body. They cause digestive issues by impairing the action of certain digestive enzymes. They slow down thyroid function. PUFAs inhibit detoxification enzymes. They deplete antioxidants in the body. They inhibit production of progesterone and androgens while activating production of estrogen. This encourages an estrogen dominance in the body, and it contributes to many health issues like weight gain, PMS, hormonal acne, and more. The consumption of almond flour is an easy way to burden or overload the body with a detrimental amount of PUFAs. Number three, the fats in almond flour are not heat stable. So, okay, quick chemistry reminder. Saturated fats have single bonds between all the carbon molecules of the fatty acid chain. Monounsaturated fats have one double bond replacing a single bond in that carbon chain. Polyunsaturated fats have more than one double bond in the carbon chain. And what does that mean? Well, double bonds are more unstable than single bonds. The more double bonds in a fatty acid, the more unstable it is. PUFAs, or polyunsaturated, is the least stable, followed by monounsaturated, followed by saturated being the most stable fat. When the double bonds break, the fatty acid undergoes a process called oxidation. Processing, heat, light, and pressure all cause these double bonds to break. Raw or soaked and dehydrated almonds have their polyunsaturated fats intact, and so the only fat issues are those discussed in the previous section. But putting almond flour in a hot environment like an oven is going to break some of those double bonds and create oxidized fatty acids. Why are oxidized fats bad? In a nutshell, oxidized fats equal free radicals. Free radicals equal cell damage. Of course, we will inevitably have some free radicals in our body, but fortunately we consume sources of antioxidants like fresh fruits and veggies to combat free radical damage. But if there's too much oxidized fats, like from large amounts of almond flour, if they're consumed, then our body is depleted of antioxidants and damage to the body's cells ensue. You want to know what fats are safe and healthy to eat? Well, we have other videos for that on here, and my blog at Ask Dr. Akiba talks about the fats that you should be eating today. Almond flour is high in oxalates. Now, almond flour has a ton of oxalates. Oxalates are bad because they cause issues for people with leaky gut, gut dysbiosis, arthritis, and behavioral issues like ADD and ADHD. People with autoimmune issues may want to reduce oxalates also. Almonds and most other nut and seeds are very high in oxalates. To make things worse, we can consume huge amounts of almonds, nuts, and seeds when they're ground into flour and baked into a treat. And as a matter of fact, I said a cup of almond flour contained 90 almonds. The same point applies to nut butters. A tablespoon of almond butter contains 6 almonds. Our recommendation, use almond flour sparingly. Because 1 cup of almond flour contains 90 almonds, you shouldn't consume much almond flour daily. Remember the cardinal rule, everything in moderation. Coconut flour is a great alternative, and it can be used to cook and bake with. Check out recipes on my blog at AskDrAkiba.com. I hope you enjoyed this talk, and I hope that you make modifications to your diet so you use almond flour more sparingly with this information. I'll talk to you guys soon. It's Dr. Green.